doing up for themselves, but they're not the only one out there.
On your record. First of all, congratulations. I just want to
As well, and eventually it's got a pretty solid amount of experience as well in playing the international pro CS scene rather itself. So it's going to be a super solid matchup, a very fun matchup between both of these teams. It's more like experience brewing up from both of their sides. Veterans now getting ready, including Clouder and Fired Up, who were long ago part of the God's Reign lineup itself, even Cyclone F. So the synergy is going to be there for Qeeyou. For Global Gaming Academy, that is going to be my big question as to how they will match up to that experience, that kind of synergy, because I remember Global Gaming Cafe, they ended up exactly at the 4th position in their own Group A. They was pretty solid one too, but in the side of Group B, Qeeyou were the ones who were the group toppers. So statistically speaking, this should be a Qeeyou series, but we saw what happened in the previous one. We clearly saw how slow aimers were able to push Rush B to their utmost limits and almost close out those games with a 13-10, 13-11 scoreline. It was very close. So we'll just have to see if Global Gaming Cafe can actually do the thing and maybe push through that finish line as we move into the first map of Inferno. It's going to be Qeeyou on the CT side, Global Gaming Cafe on the T side, as all of them quickly rush it down towards Banana. I remember this is one of the most annoying places to clear out from. Already an off angle out here. Some shots being shot in by Clouder. He's able to find one though, and also fading away. Gets the second one. Tries to re-peek as well. Takes down a lot of damage out here as B2. It's able to answer back on the other side. USP catching one onto the head itself of T2B2. It's going to be Clouder. Finally finished off to Fired Up and Cyclone. These are the two players now holding it down to a 2v2 scenario. USP low and the HP is taken down along with the last member P7, Cyclone, shutting him down. Lovely shot right onto the domes as well, and a phenomenal start because this site was not stacked up. Players rotated all the way from the CT into the boost as well to try and reach to this place. It's Global Gaming Cafe, they kind of took a bit long though, and I have to give credit to Clouder in that scenario. He was able to take down 2 of the players and deny the access of the CT. This time around though, an opportunity. Out there, the first one taken down. Maybe catching the second itself though, an answer back on the other side. However, but if I take your shoe out here, but don't worry people, we'll be fixing this one real quickly. Sometimes certain things happen. It's absolutely fine. That was a pretty solid start coming in yet again from Qeeyou. They were able to quickly get one and slow it down. But don't worry, people. We're going to be fixing this. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back in 2 minutes. Seems like we're back again, man. That's very quick fix again. Shout out to production team out here doing a quick work of that fix, and at the end of it, Qeeyou, they're the ones who got 2 rounds already, but what a nasty shot from Raven. Anticipating the push down quickly, getting that up right onto the head, and look at the push through Banana. Clouder already pushing out to pop front though, and he takes 2 of them down. Finally takes Noisy to shut him out. And that's going to be yet another pick, this time from Cyclone. It's going to be very confusing for me to pronounce his name correctly. Maybe I'm going to say Doa at some point of time, but Noisy right now, he's got an opportunity. He tries to go in for one, but one is all he gets. Raven shutting him down, quickly answering back, and that's a bonus conversion coming in for Qeeyou. And the Orb doing a fantastic job for them. This time around, it's going to be full buy on the other side with the AWP. Along with 4 of the AKs. lot of util being thrown out all the way. Second mid currently being controlled by Global Gaming as well. But Banana, it's Qeeyou's territory. Can't really force any kind of fight here, Clouder. It's out here holding it down. These players have played with some of the CS legends as well. And they know what to do. And P7 is able to answer one back, but R2B2 quickly with the answer takes P7 down himself. Experience being capitalized. Slow push out there, but look at number 4 in blue, Cyclone. Look at the position he's at. And an opportunity. Almost found out, but a good answer back. Still down to a 3v3 scenario, and the banana control has been taken by Global Gaming. Don't really have the site control, but maybe they can rendezvous and then push out forward. A wide. It was a long and short being controlled by Qeeyou this time around, and only R2B2 is the one who's got all the way from CT and truck. Oh my god, AWP in the hand, Raven! Still able to get fun on the back of it. It's another answer back. Well, it's fired up, but alright. Raven is just gonna end things out. Picture perfectly the decision to push out of a long and short and then take control of the other places. Absolutely impeccable. It's a 4-0 start already, and again, down to some of the upgraded pistols with a couple of flash, a couple of frags in the hand. Global Gaming on the struggling end, want to go in for a set play, but already that set play is being destroyed! As Qeeyou obliterate everyone in Banana. This banana is not yellow, but rather red with the blood of Global Gaming. Qeeyou with a 5-0. Seems like something out of the deja vu. What happened in the previous game is kind of happening in this one as well. We had a 6-0 start in the previous one, where Rushby was getting all the rounds though, but they were on the T side, and that was the map of Anubis. Qeeyou on the other side are just demolishing Global Gaming right now, shutting down every kind of push. This is a long-range fight yet again, and what a pick! Side just fired up. Shuts down one quickly right and on the back of it now. Down every kind of push. This is a long-range fight yet again, and what a pick! Side just fired up. Shuts down one quickly and on the back of it now. Down every kind of push. This is a long-range fight yet again, and what a pick! Side just fired up. Pulling it all the way. Shuts down one quickly and on the back, shutting down every kind of push. This is a long-range fight yet again, and what a their own part of the map too. I like the idea of Global Gaming Cafe to go and explore it. Pulling it all some of the space away. One quickly and on the back, shutting down every kind of push. This is a long-range fight yet again, and what a their own part of the map too. I like the idea of Global Gaming Cafe to go and explore it. There's a Molotov down on the feet, and then this fight up to the arms, and that's shutting down every kind of push. This is a long-range fight yet again, and what a big out there through the smoke as well. There's a Molotov down on the feet, and then this fight up to the arms, and that's make himself a category 5 as again R2B2 from the other side. Pincering the players of Global Gaming. And P7 the only man remaining. I swear I did not mean for it to rhyme, but just did. Another round going in for Qeeyou. An AK being held in hand as 8 HP is all P7 has. Just one above the number that is got in his name, but a 6-0. He's got enough to try and bring in a couple of Galils in the mix along with a couple of AKs. They can't really take the space away from mid as well. They need some nasty lineups to try and push out the people from top mid because they're being shut down in bottom mid itself. There we go. Yet again, Raven finds another opening. They try to brute force their way, but it's just not helping. Fired up as well. Holding an off angle. Should be able to take one down and get shuts down USP on the other side. P7 though answering Clouder finally as he went out exploring. Still gonna hold down the space there, but Cyclone pushing out through the stairs, takes him down. P7 finds a perfect opportunity R2B to shut down. But since Clouder was first taken down, Fired Up has quickly taken that space over there. The number 7 is in yellow. That's going to be the main fight, and it's a big win from Savage. 2v2 now being brought down, and AWP in the hands of Raven. Just trying to hold down the banana. And the rest of the people are going towards mid-top. Lovely shot. Raven catches him down. But it was Fired Up who's still holding banana. He's still sitting there. Not really pushing out any further. Raven still clearing out the long, but Savage has eventually found an opportunity. Can maybe get the plant down. So throws out a smoke to try and block off the angle. Oh, did he see the barrel? He absolutely did not, and it's Raven. Wrapping around all the way from long, going in from short, and then getting the person. Savage had no clue how close Raven was, and another round. Going in for Qeeyou. Finally, the plant got down, and I believe this is the first time ever that we saw Global Gaming to put down that plant, but that's only 1 out of the 7 rounds that they've played, and since again their loss bonus has been maxed out, so they'll be able to move in far forward on the other side. Finally, another fight in mid, both the mid and the second mid being controlled right now. A flash to try and break any kind of crossfire, but it's not broken at all. Fired Up fires out a nasty shot, brings out the weaponry as well, gets the second on the back of it. As Clouder, along with R2B, to just hold down banana, spamming down all the bullets, raining down hellfire. And Global Gaming Cafe can't do anything. A lot of puts being made. Cyclone getting a bit too overeager there, but it does not matter. R2B2 will put P7 out of his misery. This series seems to be going in way too quickly for the side of Qeeyou right now. I haven't found an answer for Raven's AWP. Can't really break the crossfires. There's 3 AK on the side of Qeeyou. Thanks to what happened in the previous round. There's still a couple of Galils, a couple of AKs mixed. Trying to hold that down, though finally a smoke going way too deep out there towards Qeeyou. Territory top mid out here, but through the underpass, they're going to go back to the mid to try and take some of that space away. This time, Qeeyou are very passive, but look at their presence towards banana. Look at how far forward R2B2 has pushed up in that cubby. Don't know if Global Gaming are actually going to anticipate that or not. He tries to play an anti-flash. He's able to get not just 2, but 3! It takes the 4th one USP to answer him back, and then there's still Clouder remaining there, and he will welcome USP with open arms now. Savage is going to be ripped apart as he can't face this thunderstorm. It's a 9-0 start. And my oh my, we definitely needed a small break with that one. What a nasty play. And at this point, it just seems like there is absolutely no way for Global Gaming to come out on top. They can't take the space at banana. They can't take any space in mid. They've tried working in from apartments only once. Maybe they can try and explore that part of the map one more time, because that part is a bit weak for Qeeyou. They've been showing heavy presence out here, but look at that. Cyclone still ready, still pretty crispy. And repositions through the stairs as well. These are the things that Global Gaming need to anticipate, but that's just not happening. Three players towards Banana this time around. Only R2B2 out here playing a bit more passively from CT out here. It's going to reposition over towards the side by throwing out a smoke and now has called in the backup. And guess what? Clouder is again showing his face out here. Maintaining such a good control now. And since nothing has been shown over towards the A side, they're now going to invest one more member. That is Raven. With the AWP in his hands. There's not a lot of utilities apart from just one flash to try and put him off of his feet. And I don't even know if they're actually going to expect it or not. Maybe that flash is going to go to the default angle. It's already been boosted up out there though. This time around. Lovely approach from Global Gaming. Anticipated the push out. Flash going in for a fake, and that's going to catch three people of Qeeyou over there. And P7 catches P2B2 too. Fired up. Holy smoke. Has not been clear. And he will clear the other side. No one expected him to be there, and the timer just ran out. What a round for Qeeyou. Global Gaming Cafe, you cannot make mistakes like that. An angle went unchecked and fired up. Waiting patiently. Global Gaming Cafe did everything right until the last moment, and that's where the problem began. And again, this double setup of P2B2 and Clouder over towards the Banana has not been taken down. It's been tested multiple times, but it's never been defeated. At this point, it just feels like you can't break through the defense of Qeeyou. Tried to play slow as well, and it hasn't worked out for them either. Still trying to take some of the space. Got to check the sandbag too, but in the meantime, Raven as well is now going to join in to help out with the defense. That's three people stacked side from the CT. All of them together. Holy smokes. I still remember I saw it in one of the Insta reels. Hopefully you don't do any of that here. Raven is just ready for the jump peak though, but still the adjustment picture perfect. And it's an annihilation. It's an obliteration. And it is a Qeeyou domination. At this point, they've got enough economy to get in probably what? 5 AWPs? Might as well just buy and throw it all the way out. Global Gaming Cafe can't do anything in this game. Because Qeeyou have got their clutches tight yet again. Fast push this time around. Couple of volleys out there to try and stall out that push. But it's all down for a fake as again a couple of people still moving in over towards the apartments. Just want to try and take that space. Want to try and control that place. Oh, the backup flash. Lovely dodge by USP, but it's still P2B2 who comes out on top. And he just takes that space away, brute forcing his way. Sends out another smoke out there to maintain the control. A couple of players in the mid. Raven, as soon as the smoke dissipates, they're still being pincered from behind. As P2B2 deletes everyone and only an ace could save, but this is not happening. Raven shuts down Noisy. P2B2 has got 17 freaking kills and Raven has got 2 deaths. Fired Up has got 1 death. And that too in round number 10 when he was holding down the A side. Alone. And he still got the round win because he eventually got the planter down and there was just not enough time to go for the bomb plant. 12-0. Just one pistol to try and save Global Gaming Cafe. Can they do that? It's the big question right now. Widespread 2-3 setup from Qeeyou as 3 of them are moving all the way towards the apartment. Look at the amount of space being offered to Fired Up all the way to Banana. Bit of a noise being made out there in mid as well. Wanted to test a few things out. They made all the way towards the CT apartments. That is big. Because now the utils didn't just go, oh, the smoke. Try and block out any kind of vision. The flash as well onto the side. Drops down all the way towards the headshot. Still need to clear the backside as Noisy catches two people. Right in the dome is where the bullet landed though. But finally shut down, fired up, joining in with the team as well. But now you've got to be very... The players coming in from short too. I want to push out at the perfect time though. Through the headshot. Clouder needed to land in that shot. Could not do that. But P2B2 did it perfectly. Trying to provide some room for the team to play it with the crossfire setup fired up. Catches another one. Down to a 2v2. HP not that low, but the shot being landed right on the dome as Clouder is able to answer back. It's all down to Savage, and it's going to be fired up with a 3K to close things out in a 13-0. Utter disbelief and absolute embarrassment for Global Gaming Cafe. But it's Qeeyou to close things out in absolute domination. An insane play from their side, and it's fired up. For the most 3Ks, P2B2 as well. One who got the maximum number of openers. Raven with the AWP. Mind-blowing stuff from the man. My goodness, I definitely need a breather after that one, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back after this short break with map number 2. Don't go anywhere. after that utter domination which ended in a disbelief for Global Gaming Cafe, they're ready to take on Qeeyou on the map of Anubis. Maybe to try and push this series to one more map, maybe to try and take it towards the train and maybe ride that train to victory in a 2-1. But is that going to happen? That is going to be a big, big question, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. You are watching Conquest String Esports Showdown, Southeast Asia, sponsored by String Metaverse and brought to you by Showdown and High IQ. This is the second quarterfinals. Second map, Anubis score is 1-0 in favor of Qeeyou. And my, oh my, if I'm not wrong, in the playoffs, this is the first 13-0 that we've ever seen. There's only been 2 players, or rather 3 playoffs matches in total, because the first one was a 2-0 as well in favor of Rashmi. But it is what it is, ladies and gentlemen, as again, Global Gaming Cafe will now have to fight their own demons to try and push through this one. Clouder was on absolute fire, fired up, leaving others in disbelief. P2B2 leaving everyone in disarray. My goodness, the way how they played that previous one was absolutely nightmaric. Maybe to avoid that this time around, we will see Global Gaming Cafe are now playing on the CT side though. Their T side, yeah, that was a difficult one. But on this map of Inferno, how is the seating going to look like is going to be the big question. Can they move forward? Can they brush off their demons of what happened in the previous one? That's going to be the big thing. Resetting has always been the main deal. Just have to wait and see. So get ready, people. In the meantime, all the ones who are on the YouTube watching all of us, make sure you hit that like button and click on the subscribe button as well. And make sure you don't miss out on the bell notification. So we've got all the updates of all the upcoming tournaments that are going to be happening. And of course, all the games that we will be witnessing. It's the second quarterfinals right now. Let's quickly have a blast. I will just have to hold on for a few seconds, though. There's going to be a technical pause out here. We'll be fixing a few things very quickly. Don't worry. It's going to be fixed up way too quickly. Faster than you can blink, probably. Bit of an overstatement out there. But Global Gaming Cafe, I mean, let's talk about what happened in the previous one and how things went down. It was just Qeeyou taking the map control, taking that map space. They were holding their angles and they were not over pushing. So Global Gaming Cafe were not really getting any kind of openings. There were some of the set plays that were missing as well. So I think so in terms of that, Global Gaming Cafe will have to step things up. Otherwise, we're going to see the rinse and repeat of what happened in the previous one. Qeeyou on the other side, I'm pretty sure they're going to just hold it down. They'll do what they were doing best. Right now, since they're on the T side, that might pose a different story. So we'll just have to wait and see. Eventually. Saw Inferno as well in the previous one. And I remember in that first series, which was between Rushby and Slow Aimers, it was a heavily T-sided half for both of the sides. So I think so that's one thing that Qeeyou would be able to capitalize on yet again. They can set the momentum. They can set the pace. And they can just overwhelm the players of Global Gaming Cafe right now. In the previous one, we saw mid presence. This time, it's going to be a full-fledged rush down over towards BS. P2B2 quickly find the skull of P7 right now. Up in close corner. Catching 2 out in the answer, though. But P2B2 answers back with a double kill of his own as well. Savage trying to take control of the B-long. But this time, answered back. P2B2 gets a third one, too. Maybe get one more and he'll go on for an ace as well. Right there. There in the E-box. Loud. You. It's going to be fired up. Answering back one more time. Makes it a double. And it's another pistol round for Qeeyou. No focus on mid whatsoever. Absolutely no care if anyone would be playing in the E-box. They just forced all 5 players up through B-long and then took control of the side. Both the side anchors eventually falling down. It was a 3v3, but it's just the space that was controlled by Qeeyou right now. They're going to do the exact same thing with one variation. This time fired up again, going in from mid. Should be able to take one more down as well. P7 again falls on side. It was a stack towards the A. Not the right read from Global Gaming Cafe. Raven. This guy is just running and gunning them down. Finding everyone. And taking their soul out of their body. Lovely flick from T1. It's gonna be a flash all the way out. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's not where it was supposed to go out here. Savage still. So to take one down with the Khalil. Eagle in the hand does not matter. Raven shuts him down. Couple of weapons lost, but that's absolutely fine. Still 2 major AKs being carried forward for the next one. They'll be going in for the full buyout there, but the utilities maybe. Yep. No point in saving out here. Long smoke out to take control of the A main though, but there's going to be a lot of util, a lot of frags out there, and it's going to be again Pinkau catching one. USP with the answer back. A lovely answer from Global Gaming Cafe this time around. Stopping that entire push of Qeeyou. Look at number 9 in yellow. Look at Cyclone. Look at the amount of space that is taken. They can try and backstab the members who are on the A side, but for that long, Fired Up has to survive. Long range fight though, and he's not winning that one. Speed 7. Thinning it out, and as soon as you fire one shot, Cyclone's position will be noted. Oh my goodness, Savage! How did he turn around at the last second? That is nasty. I'm pretty sure it was a bit of a overkill out there by Cyclone. Waited for a little too long, which he was not supposed to. Eventually taken down. Right now, Raven with the AWP in his hands, starting off with the 42 HP is not good. The first shot was landed onto him. Now he's going to go back, reposition. Go with the team. It's a massive investment in the AWPs though. Got to be careful about that. And Clouder, that Galil in the hand, able to rip off the head of Savage. Lovely shot though. Makes it a double on the back of it. That is absolutely nasty. And now they're going to go in for the 8 split. So USP is going to be in a horde of trouble. He's got 3 players in front of him. He's got to play nasty. He can't because the flash from Raven was just too insane. Fully blinded my guy. And this is an eco round conversion from Qeeyou. The Orb not even finding the value, but it does not matter because the Galil did. It's already a safe call coming in from Global Gaming. Last 2 players all the way towards the B side. Not going to go anywhere. Qeeyou. Another nasty round. Picked up an M4, picked up a Galil too. The economy is now going to snowball for Qeeyou if they continue playing like this. Terrorists. 3-1. We'll just have to hold it for the next few seconds. Only one round, that round number 3 being won by Global Gaming when they had the right read of Qeeyou going towards the A side. Apart from that, they've been on the struggling end. Another stack towards the A. No one's taking any space, and a lot of people now going to pop in from the E-box. To control of mid whatsoever. It's going to be a simple side take. USP is out there close, so he can potentially be a bit of a nuisance out there. Maybe if he wants to, but should wait for the team to rendezvous with him together. Raven with the AWP as well is going to play the long angle to hold down the space in mid. Oh my goodness. Noisy. Almost able to take him down. Trying to find that perfect timing. He's going to re-wrap around to try and take him out too. Oh my goodness. The footsteps given. Raven shot taken. Last three players now. Pushing all the way out. CT control being taken from behind. A couple of players playing in Palace now. Pink Cow. It's going to be taken down out there. Cyclone, the only casualty. And no time to go for any kind of defuse. Clouder will put USP out of his misery. Another 4-1 start. This time around, the one good thing is that there's at least one round in the hand of Global Gaming, which has shown that it's not a problem of aim, but rather it's the strategy that's very different. Savage has got the AWP out tonight. He's going to be holding down the mid. But he will be pushed all the way back because of the molly out there. So the space has been taken away from him. Question mark has been created. So important utils being exchanged though, but Ebox right now is being controlled by P2. B2 when he gets the first one as well. Another opener. And it just seems impeccable that they can find even more kills out there, as Noisy is good for one, but nothing apart from that. Savage with the AWP answers P2 B2, but that's only one. It's down to a 3v3 though, and Fired Up is just down to 4 HP. Now that is not enough, and I think so this is one of the best rounds for Global Gaming to convert in a very long series of round losses. Up close, personal. Oh my goodness, the timing. Absolutely nasty out there though, but it's been landing the shot. Think of it, Clouder. Answering back on the other side. That is nasty. It's all down to Savage, who cannot get anything. Jump peek out there from Clouder. That's all about it. Look at the position of Fired Up. A man just wants to catch down where Savage is. He wants to take away this AWP. He's got a perfect timing maybe, but right at the heavens, just behind that, I think so it should be safe. What a conversion yet again. (5-1). Struggles on the CT side. This map is now heavily favoring the T side though. We've seen that, but this is just nasty play. They're taking away the space from Global Gaming so very quickly. P2 B2 answers one, but one is all he gets as Raven now posts up on the angle. Molly under his feet has got to go back though, but what was Savage doing? My man's just got out there walking in the garden as Cloudy makes it a double as well for himself. It's now to the last two players. QSP and P7 as they are now being pincered, being wrapped around. Raven didn't even need to find that pick as the people from his team just chased them down, finished them out, and should be going in for the plant as well. All the way down in the hands of P7, who's actually got the AWP for himself too. So he will try and keep that safe yet again. Qeeyou are filthy rich at this point. So I think so they should go and take that weapon away. But I'm not quite sure if most of them are going to actually go for the hunt. I was hoping for Cyclone, Clouder and Fired Up to actually go for it, but it's only Cyclone and Raven though. Alright. Finally noted down his position, so that's one thing. And they're trying to rush him down to try and find that weapon away, take that and steal it off. Will not have enough time, so that AWP is going to make it to the next round. Got enough in the bank now. Still going for the buy for a couple of M4s. Smoke's being thrown out already to try and take control of the double doors, but Qeeyou this time around. Wanna play out in the open. Savage welcomes P2B2. A shot to the skull, but quickly answered back on the other side. Fired up, doubles it up. Takes down not just 2, but 3. Doesn't know when to stop. Doesn't want to stop. And it's again Savage remaining with his AWP in his hands, and not quite sure if that will be carried to the next round itself, as Cyclone's already there. Hawking out closely. Should shut him down, and absolutely does. 7-1. And it's nothing but a massacre. Probably one of the fastest series that we have seen till now. Another opener by Raven though, and Qeeyou is just going to make sure that his team is at the advantage of not 1 but rather 2 itself. This seems like a rinse and repeat of every other round. They're not even caring about concealing their footsteps at this point. Such a quick one. The confidence is a sky high at this point. Krabiba out there for Global Gaming. Sending 3 towards B this time again, and it's mid. We will see Qeeyou pushing out, and Clouder does the same thing again. Raven through the smoke in the skull of P7. This just seems insane. He's gonna wait for Noisy to move out as well. Slows his peak down to take that shot onto his head. Savage yet again. If there was a challenge for last man standing, Savage is going to win that. Because he will be the last man standing. The question is for how long. Turns around and is welcomed by Clouder. Couple of more rounds remaining. Can Global Gaming convert it into a 9-3? Can they get 2 more rounds is the question. Can they stop this momentum of Qeeyou? Because it just feels they're running them down now, but that is the time when you make mistakes. Maybe Global Gaming can capitalize on that. Maybe there's still life left in the squad. Maybe they've got some opportunity right now. The one presents itself in front of them, but it's still Cyclone. Taking down P7, and there's no trade whatsoever. Mid as well being fully controlled right now by Qeeyou. Pink cow. Out here as soon as he moves out. It's gonna be made a red cow. USP answers back. Can eventually get an upgrade out here. A 2v4 into the making. Maybe, absolutely not. Says Clouder. Hold on a second. Savage is still standing out. Still holding it on. It's down to the last 1v1 as Raven got DC. That's an opportunity. That's a chance for Global Gaming. The moment he throws a utility, the position is going to be noted by Cyclone. Can he turn around on time through on bridge? Does not. Maybe now. He sees him and he shoots him down. Savage finning out a crucial round for his team. The double up on the A side. Trading out his teammate and then falling back. A great play. And on the back of it, they still hold their ground down. It's going to be a small technical timeout as we wait for Raven to get connected back up. Nine-3 is still a possibility, and if it is a 9-3, and if Global Gaming Cafe is able to win out a pistol round, I'm still hopeful that they can make a comeback in this one, because this is a T-centric map. We have seen that from the past two maps. We're seeing it right now. We saw that in previous series when Rushby and Slow Aimers, both of them were able to get so many rounds on the T side. The snowball was just impeccable. So there is a possibility for Global Gaming Cafe as well, but they need to step up. It's only Savage who's getting anything right now. P7 is going 2-8. Noisy is going 2-10. Pink Cow struggling with an 1-11. I mean, I do believe in angel numbers, but that's not the one that you would want to see. Art B2, Clouder. It's just being nasty throughout this entire map right now. Again, trying to control a lot of space. And look at the positioning. Cyclone pushing out so far forward out there. Raven as well finds his own opening. That's a double up being played on the attacking side. And both of them have found the value. Have they just decided for two people to stand in? Oh my goodness, Cyclone. No way, my man just uses his Zeus and his own teammate. That is insane. Yeah, it could potentially be a 9-3. Never mind. Raven just decides, nah, he's done with it. Let's wait for me to the finally shoot Raven down on the back of his head. Oh my goodness. I'm pretty sure Global Gaming Cafe are wondering what the heck is happening here. That is such a silly round. Still gonna be replayed though. It does not matter, it's a rollback. This time the Cyclone wins against Raven. That's fine. Alright. We quickly getting that fixed as well. This is actually going to give a much needed break to the members of Global Gaming Cafe, I'll have to say, because they've got an opportunity. The momentum which Qeeyou are carrying has been broken, so they can maybe run it all the way out though. It's going to be a tech pause. Just delivering the skins out there. And I still have the double op, so that's going to be good for them. Maybe. I'm sure all of them picked up an op and then played the round. And that's going to go again. Knock off the entrance of the A main though, and Raven, or rather, Cyclone does the exact same thing that he did. Takes down two, and Crowder answers back the third one though. There's the first pick, finally Savage finding something again. But guess what? Raven answers back at him in an instant. Flashes to take control of the E-box too. It's down to a 1v4. And I'm pretty sure they're just going to try and go and hunt. It's a minute and 20 on the clock remaining still. Pink Cow. Not alls in him. All's in his hand now. Says the first player, Cyclone, quickly punches a hole through his head. It's only one player who's actually in double digits. There's only two players who crossed the 2-kill mark. This just seems unreal. A 10-2 into the making. It's come down to just individual step-ups now. Global Gaming have got to basically wake up at this point. The people out here struggling. P7 though in the meantime catches the first one onto Cyclone. Pushing out a bit too far forward. Getting a bit over zealous, over eager. Getting his head blown to smithereens. While Qeeyou eventually hold down individual avenues. R2B2 over towards the mid double doors. Fired Up is going to be anchoring down towards that A site alone, while maybe a time to try and explore, and Raven just decides to take the fight to Pinkau and Noisy and deletes both of them. Advantage stolen away in a second. And they've got a perfect read that the hit is going to go towards the B side. So they've got three people stacked about here. This is not the range you would really want to use the Glock at. Such one, but since P7 still is able to close that gap, was able to land in one more USP. Answers back with one. Fired Up. Still holds Heaven down. Will move all the way back. Now wants to try and force the others to take the fight to him as he gets one. And eventually Savage is still the last man standing now, running it down towards B. Raven with dual Berettas has got the shot on the head. And the much needed pistol round stolen away from the clutches of Global Gaming Cafe. "7 p.m. in the evening, people, but it's bright as day. And the shine is coming from Qeeyou, who are soaring like Icarus. Pushes it down. Cyclone gets one. Fired Up, answering with another. Takes care of the player who was playing on upper. And now it just seems that Qeeyou, they know what's happening around the map, and there's nothing that Global Gaming can do. Long range shot, only one landed as P2B2 still finds another pick at such a range. This seems like an inevitable 12-2. One last player on the connector, going to mid, should be taken down, is taken down. A 12-2, 10 chances to close the series out. Faster than you can type Counter-Strike. Oh, Pride in mid, taking that space. They pushed up all the way far front through the double doors as well. Everything's being locked down, and a Molotov to try and maintain control. Smoke out there, R2B2. Wanted to play a bit of an anti-flash out there. It's about time. Asks for the support of his teammate as well. Throws out a flash. He wants him to set him up. But Noisy, through the midst of it all, he was able to find a pick. And that one to Cyclone. That's a good one though, but Clouder quickly answers back on the other side, and on the back of it, that flash landing perfectly. But Fired Up as P2B2. R2B2 rather. Gets one, and he wants to clear even more real estate. He wants to take even more space. And he's playing ring around the rosy with Noisy. He's fighting out there in the open. He's fighting his demons as Clouder shuts them down. Noisy, last man standing out there, catches one more. Raven taken out, R2B2 and Clouder Shot, triple H, being landed, down to last 4 HP, changes to the weapon, brings out the pistol, moves up and closes the map out. Utter domination. In an absolute disbelief, the series ends 13-0 and 13-2. What a play by Qeeyou. Absolutely impeccable. If you thought the first series was amazing, well, this thing's been brewed up for you. Clouder becomes the MVP. Raven with the most, well, he's got the trifecta with the most triple kills out there. And Cyclo F for the entry fragger. Fired up, my goodness. My man was a headshot machine for this one. But this is absolutely back-breaking. What a foundation this team has built themselves upon to. Unreal. It seems there's no one else who can eventually stop them, ladies and gentlemen, because if this is the kind of performance they're showing up, I have no clue which other team could eventually pick them off, maybe pull them down, or at least give them a solid competition out here. Because again, things are not yet over, people. This is only the second quarterfinals now. We still have got 2 more, but those are not going to be for today. Those are going to be tomorrow. Fired Up will play against Griffins. And Victress Sumus will play against Forever Cool. Now, those are the matches you do not want to miss out. These teams, the top 4s from both Group A and Group B, will be facing each other out there. Now, before we sign off, again, a huge shout out to Showdown as well as High IQ for making this possible. And again, thanks to our sponsor, String Metaverse. You all watching Conquest, String Esports Showdown, people, Southeast Asia. This has been me, Skate8, your caster. We'll be catching you guys tomorrow. And tomorrow, even Raiden will be joining me as well. So you do not want to miss out on any of that action. Make sure you hit that like button, click on the subscribe button as well, and click on the subscribe button. We'll catch you guys tomorrow. Thank you for joining in. Have a good night.
Remplis nos âmes de ta paix bénie. Ô Seigneur,